Hello everybody and welcome to the Fgfl Week 1 main event here. The New Orleans Saints coming into Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers. This is a marquee divisional matchup with two of the marquee coaches in Fgfl. It is a long-awaited matchup between Coach Walter White and Coach Brett Jones of the Saints. And the Saints going to start with the ball. There's an incompletion on 1st and 10. Setting up a second down. Eby going to throw this one across the middle, and he's going to hit his tight end, Vinatieri, for a first down. 21-yard gain. Setting up another first down. Morrison, the big-time running back for New Orleans, getting a 9-yard gain. And then Morrison going to pick up the first down on 2nd and 1. Leaving us to a 1st and 10 at the 41 of the Panthers. Morrison not able to get anything on that little carry. And now a 2nd and 10, and that one going to be caught, but not much of a gain, 4 yards. Leaving a 3rd and 6 for New Orleans, and that one is nearly picked off. So Carolina will take over with the football. Ali going to throw this one, and that is complete by London for a first down, getting the Panthers out of deep territory. Sutton going to run that one for 8 yards. Now a 2nd and 2, and Ali going to throw this one over to Sutton. Sutton's going to truck a man and get it down to the 44-yard line. Here's Ali. Ali going to throw this one, nice tight throw into coverage for a first down into enemy territory. Here's Ali from the 36, throwing across the field to a wide-open McCarthy, who will be brought down at the 12-yard line with a first down. Here's Sutton trying to run that one. Doesn't really go anywhere. Loses 2, in fact. Ali with a fake throw and the handoff to Sutton. That will gain the 2. They give him 3. It is 3rd and 9. And Ali with a brilliant throw and catch for the touchdown. What a catch, and it is 7-0 Panthers. Now Saints on their next drive. That one's going to lose a few yards. It'll be 2nd and 13. There's Eby going to throw this one to Overton, and that one will be complete for a 5-yard gain, leaving a 3rd and 8. And Eby trying to get away. He will not get that one off, and the Panthers will take over after the punt, and there is Sutton, and Sutton's going to find a running lane. He had daylight if he would have just kept going, but he is brought down at the Saint 37. So now Ali going to throw this one over to the flats. That's complete for a yard. Now he'll hand off to Sutton, and Sutton will pick up 3 yards. And that is the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Panthers, and here are the Panthers going to your right now on a 3rd and 6. That one nearly intercepted as Ali's first missed play. And now they're going to go fake field goal over to Norris, and an inaccurate throw. And the Saints will take over on downs. At their own 32-yard line, Morrison looking for a lane. He's going to pick up 2 yards, leaving a 2nd and 8. And Morrison is going to find a little crease there, making moves. And a nice run, 14-yard run. That'll bring him to the 48 and a 1st and 10. Morrison trying to run again. No room there. Loses 2 yards. Now Eby back to Morrison again. You can never give up on Morrison, as this time gets him to a 3rd and inches. And he will pick up more than inches on 3rd down. Now 1st and 10 from the Panther 36 as the Saints trying to get on the board. Nice catch by Harewood. Harewood is complete. Down to the near the red zone. Morrison will take it into the red zone. And now Harewood again. Harewood very excited to have his brother coming into the draft class soon. And there is Morrison making a play. Now 2nd and goal, though. Morrison trying to get the yardage that was just lost. 3rd and goal. And that one a misstep for Eby. They will settle for a field goal try of 29 yards, and it will be good. So the Saints get on the board here, 7-3. Panthers with 4 minutes to go in the half, and look at McCarthy. What a throw, what a catch, and just splitting the seam there. So a 7-3 ball game, 2nd and 1. Here's Ali going to throw to his right side. It is complete. And that one goes for 14 to the 11-yard line, and Sutton trying to run his way in there. That's a 3-yard gain. Sutton again, and he's got some room. He's down to the 2-yard line, 3rd and 1, and Sutton does not get there. It's a timeout, New Orleans. Carolina settling for a 21-yard field goal. It is good. Carolina will go up 10-3. Eby trying to get something done before the half. He's going to throw this one over to the left to Morrison. Not much to gain there, but a 2nd and 7 upcoming. Here's Eby again. Eby going to throw this one out right, and it is knocked away by the defender. 3rd and 7. Eby underneath to Carter, and that one is going to be complete for the first down, leaving the Saints drive alive, but Eby will fumble this one, and the Carolina Panthers, Adkisson, is going to recover the fumble and give the Panthers 21 yards to pay dirt. Here's Ali. Ali going to throw this one. It is complete to London for 6 yards. Leaving a 2nd and 4, complete over there, and that one close to the end zone, and they will mark him at the 1. So Ali going to throw now, and that is complete to London for the touchdown. Touchdown Panthers, and it'll be 17-3. Let's see if the Saints can get on the board before the half here. And that is complete for 5 yards. Leaving a 2nd and 5. That one complete to Overton. First down, Saints. At their own 45, they are running out of time. This one is a bomb down the left sideline, and that one knocked away by Vickerson. 21 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Eby going to throw this one over to Harewood. And that one is going to be complete, but only for 4 yards. Leaving a 3rd and 6, and there's a nice attempt, but that one will be knocked away. Panthers will take the second half kickoff, and Sutton now running it here in the second half, picking up 7 yards, leaving a 2nd and 3, and there is a sack. Dockett gets to Ali to make it 3rd and 15. Here is Ali. Has all day. He's going to bomb this one up the middle. Nearly a one-handed catch. But the Saints will take over after a punt. There is a nice completion to Carter. Leaving a 1st and 10 from their own 49. Harewood going to get that pass completed for a first down. Here we go. Morrison in the backfield takes the play fake. And Eby going to throw this one to Carter. He is working very closely with Carter and Harewood on this drive. Morrison trying to pick up some yardage. He will get 1 yard to the 21. Set up in a heavy set here. Eby going to hand it off to Morrison. Morrison has nowhere to go. It leaves a 3rd and 11. Eby to the end zone. Touchdown! Nice little glitch there, but what a touchdown, threading the needle right there. They would do a booth review. It would be upheld. And the Saints are within 7. They cut the lead in half. So the Panthers taking over. 3-yard gain there. Here is Ali on the option, and Ali running for 10 on the play. 1st and 10, there is Sutton. He will pick up 2 yards himself. Now a 2nd and 9. It is Ali. He will throw over to the left. It is McCarthy. And McCarthy steps out of bounds, leaving a 3rd and 8. Ali looking to his right, finds London diving and making the catch for the first down. Panthers still moving. Sutton finds some room on the right, picking up 9 yards. Man in motion. Here is Sutton trying to pick up the first down. He will get there to the 37 of New Orleans. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. There's an incomplete by Ali. 2nd and 10. Another throw to the right, and that one nearly picked off. Miscommunication there. Now a 3rd and 10. And Ali to the left. That one's going to be undercut and picked off. The attempted throw to London is intercepted by Siegler. And the Saints breathe new life here late in the third. There's a completion to Carter. To the 33. Here is Morrison and running over defenders for 10 yards and another first down. Eby going to throw this one, and that one going to be complete to Vinatieri. Eby going to run this one, and he will pick up the first down as the third quarter comes to a close. So now, fourth quarter. Here we go. Eby throwing left, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Eby to the left. It is Morrison. Could not break the tackle, but he picks up 3 yards, leaving 3rd and 7. And Eby on 3rd and 7. Going to throw that up the middle, and Carter. It is complete to Carter. First down. Saints drive stays alive. Eby, what a freaking catch right there. Laying out for it. Here is Morrison trying to find his way to the end zone. Not going to do it on that one. Here is 2nd and 7. From the 9-yard line, it is Morrison. Looked like he might have been able to make the right pylon if he would have just put all the jets on. He chose not to. 3rd and 9. It's going to be Eby rolling to his left, trying to find a receiver, knocked away. Saints will settle for a 27-yard field goal. It will be good. The lead is cut to 4. But there is under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Here's the Panthers. They are not going to stop trying to score. There is Sutton, and he will find his way to make this 2nd and inches. Sutton close to the first down, but no. 3rd and 1 now for the Panthers, and it's incomplete. So after a 9.5-yard run by Sutton, the Panthers cannot convert, and the Saints will get the ball back. There's the 7-yard completion, and now Morrison going to run this one, and he will pick up 2. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Saints. And it is Morrison, and he will push the pile and get to the marker. 1st and 10 from their own 32. Eby across the middle, and another layout and catch by Carter. 1st and 10 from their own 47. Another throw, and that is another completion. From the Panther 34, another completion to Carter. 4 yards on that one. Here's Eby on a 2nd and 6. Incomplete that time. 3rd and 6 for Eby. That one's going to be completed. And that'll leave a 1st and 10 at the 2-minute warning. Here is Morrison going to run it. He is going to pick up a single yard on that one. Now 2nd and 9, and that one going over to Pickled Herring. He is going to pick up some yardage. It'll be 3rd and 3, and there's a fumble. On 3rd and 3, a fumble. They did not need that. They will get it back, but it is 4th and 16, and they need this, and it's complete to Pickled Herring at the 6-yard line, and the Saints are going to have a new set of downs to pick up 6 and a score. Eby going to take himself and nearly get in. Could have maybe been a face mask on that one. 2nd and goal. Eby to the left corner. It's Overton. And Overton has caught it. Touchdown Saints. And they take their first lead of the game, 20-17. Panthers under a minute to play. Can Ali orchestrate a comeback? He gets 4 yards. Then he picks up the 6 yards for the first down. Their own 44-yard line. Here's Ali. Going to throw this one to Smith, and that's not going to pick up a ton. It'll get 5 yards. Ali throwing this one incomplete. Their own 49. They just need a few yards to give their kicker a chance. Ali is going to throw this one across, and he will hit his receiver, and that's going to set up this field goal from 47 to tie the ball game and take us into overtime. Here is Ali going to throw a bomb downfield, and it's complete. The Panthers are looking to end this one quickly. And Ali going to hand off to Sutton. He goes nowhere on that run. quite unbelievably. And then they're going to hand off to Sutton again, and again he gets nothing. Here is Ali on 3rd and 12, and it is going to be complete, but then fumbled. The Saints will pick it up. That play would then be reviewed, and it would be given back to the Panthers. They would hit a field goal, and now it is the Saints' ball. Vinatieri going to pick up 8 yards on that one, leaving a 2nd and 2. Eby throwing this one across the middle. That one also complete, and that's a 1st down. Now Eby again to Vinatieri, his favorite receiver here in the late stages of this game, besides Overton, who caught the game-leading touchdown pass. There's Carter catching a pass. Now 1st and 10 from the Panther 38. Thrown to the right, and that one is incomplete. Did not get his feet down. 2nd and 10 from the Panther 38. And a huge sack right there for McKinney. 3rd and 23. Eby is looking. He is going to be sacked by Adkisson, the man who recovered the fumble earlier. And now a 4th and 30. And it is a heave and a catch. Unbelievable catch by Overton, who has been huge. Setting up a 1st and goal. They will run it. And what the hell? They had 2 timeouts. You should be moving your fist like that, you idiot. And the Saints lose on possibly the dumbest coaching I have ever seen. That is absolutely ridiculous. Eby's fantastic throwing game goes to waste. Morrison's best effort goes to waste. Sutton had a fantastic game today with 82 yards and a 4.1 average. The fantastic games of Carter and Overton, who caught 2 touchdowns in this game, and that huge catch at the end of the game that could have led to a game-winning touchdown or at least game-tying field goal, all goes to waste because of not using timeouts when they should be. So, terrible coaching on the part of Brett Jones in this game, but a fantastic Game of the Week opener here in FGFL Week 1. I thank you all for watching, and now to the rest of everything. Here's your other scores.
It was a close game in the first half, but the Cardinals, with 10 points in the second half, will win. Hanson Fox 2 touchdowns, 233 yards. Valerial wasn't that good today. Rushing, Adrian Lusk, 88 yards and a touchdown. Dial, 81 and a touchdown. And the receiving end of things, Shivers with 71 and a touchdown. Serwanga scores as well. On the defensive side of things, no sacks and no interceptions by either team. There were also no fumbles, so a clean game as far as the Giants come away with a victory against the Lions with 21 fourth-quarter points, putting the Lions away. Sebastian Denahi had to play a little bit. He only threw 1 pass for 39 yards and a touchdown. Russell Schobel threw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. A touchdown was thrown by Belisari on 1 attempt. A 6-yard touchdown pass. And Brandon West for the Lions, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Rushing-wise, Leffie McGee, 71 yards. Trevathan with 50 and a touchdown for Corvin Bernard. On the receiving end, Isaiah McKinney was huge, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns. Douglas Middlebrooks, the tight end, 111 and a touchdown. Jenkins and Clark score for the Lions, as well as Chambers, and 2 touchdowns for Dietrich Peterson. Sack-wise, Pritchett with 2, Gomez with 2, Cromartie with 1, Graves and Ogletree Big-time sack game. 2 picks for Derek Gilbert and 1 for Aaron Flemings for the Giants. Forced fumbles, just 1, and it was recovered by Nash Brady. The Steelers beat the Cleveland Browns 13-10 in a very tight divisional matchup. Antoine Dixon threw a touchdown. Spencer Schmidt threw a touchdown. And A.J. Kwasia threw an interception. Not much to talk about in the running game. Tremaine Charlton with 102 yards. T.J. Sullivan, 83 and a touchdown. Touchdown for Dre Boulware. 2 sacks for Frank Thornton. 1 each for Riley and Vernon. A sack for Dwyer, a sack for Janis, and a sack for Dorsey. A lot of different sacks. And a pick for Wayne Diaz. There was a forced fumble also by Wayne Diaz, but no one recovered it. Chargers fall to the Bills despite their best efforts to make a comeback in the fourth quarter. 17-14. Dalton Hecker didn't really do much. Lucas Gogan with a touchdown and a pick, and Jeremiah Everett with 2 touchdowns and a pick. Not much going on in the run game. Miles Walls with 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lance Roberson was the best for the Bills, scoring with 79 yards. Sack-wise, look at this. 2 for Simmons, 2 for Williams, 2 for Gilmore. 1 for Higgins, Glover, and Starks, and then a half each for Hughes and Patrick. So a lot of guys getting involved there. Torrey Hughes with a pick. Corey Drogue with a pick. And anything on the fumble front? Yes, a forced fumble by Howard Patrick, not recovered. The Texans take down the Colts 17-3. Connor Caxer with a touchdown. The only thing to happen between these two quarterbacks as Deshaun Watson couldn't muster a touchdown. Paul Slade ran very well at 80 yards. Lejean Tart scored a touchdown. 89 yards receiving for Paul Slade. And a touchdown there for Melquan Reed. Defensively, sacks for Yoder, Samuels, Perkins, and Browner. And then halves for Parker and Nayland. So the Texans were really getting after the quarterback. No interceptions, though. And a forced fumble and recovery for Deshaun Gardner. The Bears down the Vikings 28-23 with a nice little fourth quarter comeback there. 14-7 in the fourth quarter. Andy Ferentz got a touchdown for Minnesota. So did Craig Stocks. But Riley Mole, with his 1 touchdown, 1 interception, ends up with the win. Rayshawn Fleming, 59 yards and a score, 58 and a score for Francis Taylor, and then another running score there for Riley Mole. Navasa McGee with 93 and a touchdown. Reed McCoy had 68 and a touchdown. And then a touchdown scored there for Rob Archambault. 2 sacks for Nick McGill, the only sacks on both defenses. Herschel Ross, the only pick. And a lot of fumble and recoveries. 1 by Mitchell Noel, 1 by Brady Carlisle, and 1 by Le'Veon Cool. The Bengals able to take down the Ravens 27-10. Duncan Roca, 2 touchdowns on only 7 yards passing. He was 2 of 3 for 2 touchdowns. Joey Beltran also had a touchdown. Malik Bauer had 2 interceptions. Heath Brutley, 82 yards on the ground. Middleton scored for the Ravens. 103 yards for Denard Fuller of the Ravens, but look at Mitchell Berger, the tight end, 71 and 3 touchdowns for him. The big man of the day for Cincinnati. Sack-wise, McClam, Russell, and a half for Hartz and Royster getting in on the action. A pick for Fernando Faulkner and DeMarcus Eugene. And no fumble. The Packers beat the Dolphins with 10 fourth quarter points. Mason Stanley, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Brady Reisner, also 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Not really much to talk about on the running front. And on the receiving front, wide receiver Seth Bowman with 134 and a touchdown. Ray Atkinson, 56 and a score. And DeAndre Hightower with 51 and a score. 2 scores for Ace Whiteside. And there's a score for Anthony Irving, the tight end. Sacks by Stevenson, Hadley, and Gee, all helping out the Packer defense. And then a forced fumble and recovery for Hadley, and a forced fumble without anyone recovering it for Steve. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers come out with a 7-point win over the Seattle Seahawks with a 14-3 fourth quarter. Everett Coons with 228 and 3 touchdowns. Noah Vance with 2 touchdowns. On the running game, Earl Sanford and Antoine Hopman both scored touchdowns. Receiving, Brian Hammond, 123 and a score. Merrill Tatum, 87 and a score. There's Andre Ellis, 74 and a score. And a 74 and a score for Corliss Wansley. Also a score for Zach Peed, the tight end. Over on the defense, Bradford Zastoodle with a sack and a half. Roy Sanders with a sack. Jawan Skandrick with a sack and a half for Carol Stamer. Martinez Saunders, Malcolm Ferguson, Walter Scipio, and Le'Veon Agnew. No interceptions in the game. And no fumble. The Raiders take down the Broncos 23-17. Perry Gibson threw a touchdown there of 1 yard. Tate Thort threw a pick. Venneton Lemon with 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. There's Samuel Walton with a touchdown on the ground. Good ground game for the Raiders. Craig Hoover scores through the air for the Broncos. So does Kerry Nolan. And Andre McLean scored that 1 yard touchdown catch. Sacks by B.J. Eaton, Morris Bean, and a half for Dimitri Davis, Devion Ray, Brennan Dildine, and Vaughn Andrews, and J.C. Deloach, and Tyler Hagan. Picks by Daniel Doyle, Curry Maxwell, Fernando Labinjo, and Vincent Cardona. And forced fumbles by Justin Dyson. A fumble and recovery by Pierce Connor, and a forced fumble by Ray Hoover. Those Raiders fumbles were not recovered by anyone. And finally, the Monday night games. The Dallas Cowboys come out on top over the Eagles 20-13 in the first Monday night game. Alex Spiegel, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Joseph Hepner with just a pick. Clayton Cunningham, 49 yards, as well as Sean Frampton. Not a lot to talk about in the receiving game, but R.J. Peck had 2 touchdowns for the Dallas Cowboys. 2 sacks for Sherman Glass, 1.5 for LaMarcus Deaver, 1.5 for Antoine Landetta, 1 there for Ornberger, Weeks, Whiting, Owens, Ayers, Montgomery, and a half for Chris White, Derwin Lamb, Hagan, and Elias. That is a lot of sacking. Ornberger also had a pick. Lamb also had a pick. And Dontravius Barnett had a pick as well. So the defenses were flying all over the place. There's Craig Montgomery, the new pickup, with a fumble and recovery. And finally, the Rams take down the Falcons in overtime. RSV. Overtime. Anyways, Zachary Watkins with 4 touchdowns, no interceptions on 260 yards passing. Russell Watson, 425 yards in 3 touchdowns. That's crazy. Crazy. 80 yards for Tuck, 76 for Simpson, 2 touchdowns for Omame. The receiving game, Boyer, look at that, 127 and a touchdown. Hay had 102 and a touchdown. 85 and a touchdown for Green, 77 and a touchdown for Carlisle, 74 and a score for Swanson, 52 and a score for Darden, and there is a score for the tight end Spadola. A sack for Leonard Beckham, Nobody had picks. A forced fumble for Leonard Beckham as well, and a fumble and recovery for Jordan Hale. Nobody recovered Beckham's. Your players of the week for week 1. We have Schobel of the Giants with his 370 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, took 3 sacks, and a rush for 4 yards. In the NFC for defense, we had Barnett at corner with 7 tackles and a pick 6. In the AFC for offense, we had Simon at quarterback. He was 20 of 22, which is ridiculous. 344 yards, 4 touchdowns, and only took 1 sack. And in the AFC for defense, we have Hughes, who had 12 tackles and a pick. Okay, I will now go quickly through some guys you can pick up on waivers. I'm not going to go through it very slowly. Put it that way. Some halfbacks you can grab out there. Fullbacks, not a lot you can grab. Most of them are on teams. Wideouts, there's some. There's a good little portion of people to pick up, though. Definitely not going to go through this slowly. I'm sorry, as I'm recording this, it's about maybe an hour and a half before I really have to start going to work, and I still have to do some editing to get these videos up today. Sorry, boys. So we are going to fly, so pausing is going to be essential for you guys here. Apologizing in ahead of time. D-tackles kind of suck. Some linebackers right there. Yeah, middle linebackers are terrible. There's a couple rights that can be used. A couple corners. Ooh, some free safeties if anybody has shit free safeties. Strong safety, there's a couple there. There's some players to be had here, boys. Okay, some players to be had. Injuries I would normally show, but I forgot to turn them on for week 1. So y'all get another free pass for week number 1. Nobody is injured, so you're good there. So I will, with that being said, show you guys the schedule for week number 2. And that'll be the end. So Packers, Jets, Giants, Texans, Bears, Cowboys, Panthers, Bengals, Titans, Ravens, Bucks, Falcons, Patriots, Steelers, Redskins, Eagles, Broncos, Jaguars, Dolphins, Browns, Chargers, Niners, Bills, Vikings, Rams, Raiders. The Sunday night game is Saints, Lions. Monday night game is Colts, Chiefs. And Thursday night game is Seahawks, Cardinals. With that being said, you guys may put up and start the vote in Discord for the game of the week, and maybe like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place finishes will be in the highlight reel video. Hope you enjoyed week number 1 of FGFL, and we will see you all on Wednesday. Bye-bye now.